Well, hi, and welcome to another session of Uncommon Knowledge for Seniors. Today we have Sarah Hauth. Sarah is an Electro-Equiscope Therapy Technician. Did I get that right? Is that
Yes,
about?
Jim.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. And this is something I think that people really need to listen to and to figure out what's available out there. And I know what was really impactful for me was your story and how you came to find this thing and what it's kind of done for you. And I think I'd like to start with that and tell us about that. Talk to us about what you've done and how you discovered this thing and what it really meant for you. And let's go from there.
All right. Thank you for having me today, Jim. This is exciting, and I'm looking forward to sharing. So yeah, my name's Sarah Hauth. I'm currently 42 years old, but at the time of my health crisis, when it got really, really bad, I was 35. And my condition, which is not for the faint of heart, I experienced a rectal prolapse following live childbirth of my beautiful, amazing, now 12-year-old son. And at the time, it kind of took a couple years to really get bad, as most things do. And it came to an incredible peak of misery. Again, like I said, I was 35 years old. I knew something was drastically wrong. My pain was immeasurable. I had never felt pain like this in my life. And I went to go see my general practitioner. She told me I had the digestive system of a 90-year-old. There's nothing we can do for you. Here's some lidocaine and some suppositories. Have a nice life. I was shocked and terrified and scared and had no idea what to do, as would seemingly be obvious for anyone in that position, given that information. And so I spent, oh gosh, it was about 6 years being in and out of being bedridden with this, because I'd get bored, want to go work, want to go do something, do too much, have to go lay down. And acupuncture throughout my life had been a godsend, but at this juncture, it just no longer was effective. And what I know now, after going through the Equiscope training, is that my body was just so low on cellular energy that it just didn't have enough kickstart, if you will, to get things nudged in the right direction for my body to take over repair. And that's where the Equiscope came in. I stumbled across a girlfriend I hadn't seen in 20 years and got to talking with her, booked a few sessions, and thought, wow,
Wow,
things
really?
are evolving. Mm-hmm.
Man. And so she was actually doing this that you're doing now.
Yes, and it was at her forceful nudge, if you will, to
Yeah.
encourage
Yeah.
me to go to the training and acquire my own device. She recognized that not only could it help me, but that I had a bit of a spark that might be useful for facilitating others. And at this point in time, I had no idea that I would be sitting before you, working with so many amazing clients, affecting so many lives in positive ways. I was just thinking, I got to get out of bed. I got to feel better. I mean, I can't stand with for very long because the pain is so horrible. So I was just very narrow-minded, thinking, if this can help me, let's go.
And so it did, and here you are.
Here we are.
It's just the simple truth of that,
Yeah.
and you're the result of that, and that's
I am
fantastic.
truly a walking billboard for the capabilities of this modality.
What did the training look like? What was that? What was that like?
The company who has world distribution does training down in California, just outside of San Diego. I spent a week down there immersed in working on humans, working on equine, and just really my mind was exploding with all this
Mhm.
knowledge about how this device could be so impactful.
I know I've actually seen and experienced what you do. And by the way, my elbow thanks you. It feels a whole lot better. And I I was amazed at the equipment that you had, the actual thing. And we could we'll put pictures on the show notes of what it looks like and all that kind of thing. But um, basically, you said it was like acupuncture on steroids. Can you go through that a little bit?
Absolutely. And that's actually quoting a medical doctor who's been using it in his practice for 20 plus years. It's an analog frequency device that interacts with the tissue looking for impedance. So there's a um, an interaction that's unique to this. And because it's analog, it matches the frequency of our bodies perfectly. So there is a biofeedback and energy input whereby reducing pain and inflammation throughout the tissue. It's just genius.
Well, and it's painless. I mean, obviously, it's just you don't feel
And non
anything, and then after a little while,
and it's
you've got
completely
relief.
non-invasive.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't look like it is, when you see the machine and you see
It,
all the dials and the things that you have and the what that looks like, but it's really something. The So who have you worked with lately that's perhaps a senior, someone who's had, perhaps even something like what you've had and have experienced some relief from that?
Yeah, I've been so blessed to work with all shapes, sizes, ages, 0 to 99, honestly. Seniors, I have had amazing results. In fact, one woman, after completing, we were probably a little over halfway through a series of 10 systemic protocols. She told me, "Gosh, Sarah, things that have been bothering me for 60 years are gone." And this modality, it's just so fantastic because it's putting just some charge into the human body, into the tissue, allowing the miracle of the human body to repair itself and do what it was designed to do. And so mobility, range of motion, um, aches and pains, chronic, you know irritations that people have had for years just seem to disappear.
Well, that 2005 study that you referenced and sent to me, it is really, really comprehensive and well done. And it, it's just saying all the things that you're talking about. And yet there's still skepticism. There's still that. And I wonder, is that, my wife just finished the book on about Johnson and Johnson and what they've gone through, the whole big pharma thing and all that kind of stuff. And I know that can be kind of I guess, a battleground at a certain point, but I guess the truth of the matter is that if you stay away from that and you want to stay away from that, and it's just about helping people. And I think that's what's the most important thing is that and the actual folks that you have helped. And it's the testimonials are rampant. They're just amazing. And I guess I'm surprised there's not 100 of you all over the place. And do you see this growing? Do you see it getting to be larger and larger? Is it eventually beginning to be a more, I guess, common and accepted practice?
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. I mean, this modality is complementary to any and all modes of healthy lifestyle. And once it's all about education, and really that's why I'm here, putting a face to a story. This is where I've been. I hope that anyone out there suffering from pain, inflammation, mobility issues, or a chronic situation, maybe not even as drastic as my own, can hopefully hear me and relate and go, wow, this woman, it changed her life. I mean, it truly has. I went from not being able to stand without pain to now I've dropped 30 pounds. I'm back in the gym. I'm lifting. I've gone on school trips with my son. I've taken him on vacations to theme parks and walked 10 miles on concrete floors and stood all day in gyms. And like my life is back. And I was an incredibly miserable human pre-Equiscope, because pain it's terrible. It's just draining physically, emotionally, psychologically. So this device is just so groundbreaking that I want to be able to get the education out. And if people have questions, come see me, call me. If you're out of Oregon, great, call me anyway, and I'll connect you with someone as close to your area as I can. I'm here to spread the word, inspire, and support everyone on their wellness journey in however that looks.
Well, it's interesting that it's even approved by the FDA. Was that a fairly recent thing, or has that always been part of the deal?
I mean, I'd have to do some checking. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to get back and follow up, but I believe it would have, I would assume it would have to have been FDA approved in order to be available
Yeah,
in any way, shape, or form
but
in
so
any
like a long
capacity.
time ago, maybe, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
early on, I would
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So did this start with horses? Is that fair to say? Is it something that?
You know, I definitely need to double back. A lot of people ask me that. I know it's very early on adopted in the equine community. It's been definitely used on race horses, and that's part of John Thorpe's story, is that's kind of where he
Oh,
got his start, working on people in barns and horses and jockeys and their owners and really anybody who wanted to feel better. And I think that's a beautiful connection. And the amazing thing about working on horses, especially race horses, is those are phenomenal athletes,
oh yeah.
demanding. And horses, they have no bias, they have no emotional belief system. They don't care whether it works. They either, walk off sound or they don't after a session. And the beauty is that they respond beautifully. And a lot of those horses are worth so much money, especially the top ones running at $1
Oh,
million,
yeah.
say in the Dubai Cup, which the Equiscope team has several on board. And one of which, I mean, he just crushed. He was, I think, 4 lengths out at his race a few weeks back. And so that's where it can be utilized not just for helping reduce pain and inflammation, but they're showing that for athletes, it can be utilized as peak performance enhancing. And that's really special as well.
Do you work with a lot of athletes? Are they coming to you for different sessions? And
Absolutely. I have marathon runners, CrossFit competition athletes, student athletes, everyday, people who live at an active, healthy lifestyle, who are athletes, who run, bike, swim, paddle, go out with their kids, hike, all the things. I mean, we live in Central Oregon, which is such a mecca of, outside wonderland fun, that I definitely get a lot of athletic and wellness minded folks.
well, I know you're certainly busy. It took us a while to get to this, so I know you got a lot of folks they're taking advantage of your expertise and all that, and we'll make sure that you get busier if that's a good thing. I hope, because I think a lot of folks are going to look at this and say, "Boy, I better try that." And to your point, as someone that's been suffering with this stuff forever, and they've tried everything, and I think this is another thing that obviously needs to be in the mix, and your testimonials and the people that you've cured, I guess, for lack of a better term, it's not real, that's not the right thing to say. I've had a good experience where they're really happy, and I
Mhm.
so how can folks find you? What's the best way to do that? And I'll have all your information in the show notes as well. But what's the most direct way to get to you and to get your attention?
There's several avenues. First, I'll share my phone number, which is the absolute most direct, call or text 541-364-1160. More information can be found online at my website, simplyelectric.life. And I can also be reached by email at sarah@simplyelectric.life.
Well, that should be enough. That should be enough to get in front of you. And once again, I want to thank you for taking care of my elbow.
You're welcome.
I mean, that was something that it's been a chronic thing. It's I guess the classic tennis elbow, but it's a whole lot better.
You're so welcome. And you're a prime example of, the one and done.
Yeah, I know. And is that often? I guess that's another question. Is there usually take a series, or is that even something you can address?
It's all so dependent on who it is, what it is, how long it's been there, what's going on, hydration levels. It just kind of really depends. I mean, the best thing to do is just give me a call and I customize per individual.
Well, great. Well, Sarah, I want to thank you for this. This went by really quick, but I think we got everything in that we needed to say and what folks needed to know about this. And I thank you. And
thank you.
Let's keep it going.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Sarah.